What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to teach your dog to sit, shake, and lay down. These are 3 things that are super simple to teach your dog. So if you have a puppy or you've just rescued a dog and you are trying to teach it some more obedience, then stay tuned. I'm going to teach you everything that I know how to do to teach these tips and tricks. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So guys, this is Poppy. She's about 4 or 5 months old. She knows all the tricks that we are going to be teaching today, but she is my gorgeous thin model. So she is going to be helping us out today. So give this a big thumbs up for Poppy and let's go ahead and get started. So one of the first things I will say is you need to decide, is your dog food driven, toy driven? What drives your dog? My dog is very food driven. I give her lots of little treats. You definitely don't need to give a full treat. It can be just the tiniest taste of the treat. It'll help keep them going a lot longer. And in terms of duration, when you're teaching your dog, I would say leave it to 10 minutes at a time every day. 10 minutes is plenty of time. I've taught all of my dogs during this amount of duration and they've all learned it super quick. Your dog can even learn in 2-3 sittings, and by doing it every day, it just instills all the practice and just keeps everything fresh. And I even think this is good as a refresher course for some of your older dogs who may be getting in their sit position and kind of getting out of it, or they're starting to jump in their sit position. This is just a great refresher. So let's go ahead and get started. You can tell Poppy is very eager to get started. So first things first, Poppy, come around this way. I have the treats in my hand and I keep them close at hand. She's already in her seated position. But you see how they do these things. They're puppies, they're excited, they want the treat. The first things first with training a puppy who does not know how to sit, Poppy knows how to sit, is you need to be in close proximity. They need to be able to establish eye contact with you. You need to call their name, give them treats when you're calling their name and they're responding to their name. And then when you want to start to teach them to sit, Poppy, stand up. Come here, my baby. Oh, that's such a smart girl. That's such a smart girl. You want to put it at the nose and almost push them back and sit. Good girl. Push them back into a seated position. This will kind of coax them, lure them, if you will, into the seated position. Poppy, sit. That is a very good girl. And you want to make sure that they're doing the sit exactly how you want it. None of this arm, things like that. That will come later when you teach them to shake. But when they're sitting, sit. That is a very good girl. I'm giving her teeny tiny pieces. She's remaining in the seating position. Good girl. And I'm treating her because she is behaving in the way that I want her to. So once you've established sit, I mean, you can do this in 20 minutes over 2 days. Once you establish sit, you can give the command sit, but don't give the treat. Sit. That's a good girl. That's a very good girl. And what normally will happen is they will start to lift a paw. And as soon as they lift that paw, have your arm underneath. We're going into shake now. Oh, shake. That is a very good girl. Shake. So I also re-say the words that I am training. So sit. That's a good girl. She's getting a little bit shake. Shake. Good girl. And eventually they will understand that by giving the paw in the seated position means to shake. So we'll just kind of go over it all together again. I'm gonna get her to stand up for me. Poppy, come here. Sit. Good girl. Shake. That's a good girl. And you'll notice with this bulldog, she can shake with both paws. My older bulldog, he can only shake with one paw. I don't know if it's the way I trained him or what, but she has got a little bit of ambidextrous to her, so she definitely knows how to sit and shake. We're gonna go ahead and move on now to down. You can say whatever you want. These are just the commands that my dogs know. So you wanna get your dog into the seated position, sit. And what you want to do is keep that treat in your hand close to the nose and lure them down to the ground into a down position. So we're going to go ahead and do that now with Poppy. Down, very good girl, down. And I give the treat in the down position. Again, you need to be careful just how you are with sit, that they're not trying to give their bums in the air, things like that. You want to make sure it's the exact way that you want the command, because this is how they learn, through the consistency of everything. Sit. This is normally how she goes into a down position. Down. Good girl. And what you can do, as soon as they start getting used to the hang of this, you can separate your space. And this is the same with sit and shake and all of those things. So you can, you know, try from your knees, and then from there you can try into a squatted position. And then, you know, if they aren't getting it, take a step back and get closer. They will get the hang of it. They want to please you. So it is a super simple process, and you just need a little bit of patience and just make sure that you're rewarding them properly. You can transition the treats out with pats, with praises, things like that as they are getting the hang of it and you're trying to, you know, put it into their normal routine. But yeah, that is the gist of how I've taught my dog. We're just going to go over each of the commands that she's learned one more time, just so you guys can get a really good view. Popples. That's a good girl. Okay, like I said, call their attention. Poppy, good girl. Sit. 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 Good girl. It got stuck on her nose. Okay, Poppy, you're gonna let her finish her treat. You need to keep their focus on you, so you can't let them get too distracted. You can bring distraction in later if you have another dog or a child, things like that. But for now, we're just learning. This is just their basic commands. Poppy, good girl. Sit. Sit, sit, sit. Good girl. Shakies. Good girl. Poppy. Poppy, sit. Sit. Down. That is a very good girl. Down. Down, down, down. That's a good girl. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. Poppy has done such a good job. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned some tips and tricks. I hope that your dogs catch on super soon, and just remember, be patient. 10 minutes a day is all you need. Keep the proximity close and just make sure to praise and love and cuddle your dogs afterwards. They're working really hard for you. Try not to overfeed them with treats. Like I said, you can give them small amounts and it is just enough. Thank you guys again. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. You did such a good job. You did such a good job.